Do you need a dedicated page that talks about the city and not related to the business at all? The question was, since you optimize for tree maintenance, do you have to optimize for arborists? So, or the comment was, so you don't optimize for the other related keywords, arborists, for example. Since you optimize for tree maintenance, you don't have to optimize for arborists. Well, this is a good question that will kind of answer or complement what I was just talking about a moment ago. And we're going to use this project right here to answer that question. Okay, so let's take a look at this. For example, this project is actually located in Shively, like the GBP is physically, it's Louisville. If you go take a look at the, let's just pull it up, in fact. We're going to go to Google. All right, we're going to type in Arborist, Shively, KY. And what we're going to see here, you know what? Let me use this instead. This would be better. Give me a second. We're going to use the Bright Local SERP checker so that we can geolocate the browser. So I'm going to click search again, and we're going to type in Arborist, Shively, KY, and then we're going to add that to geolocate the browser. God damn it. To geolocate the browser in Shively so that we're simulating a search. So I'm going to click check search results. Then I'm going to click on page 1. And what this is doing now is this is, you can see that it's saying results for Shively. And if I scroll down at the bottom, it says Shively, Kentucky. So that's what the Bright Local SERP checker, local SERP checker does. Is it allows you to geolocate the browser so you could simulate a search from that area. Okay, so when we do that, you see how the results are significantly different than they are here. You know why? Because if I scroll down at the bottom of this page, it thinks I'm in New York, because I'm tethered through my Starlink connection, and apparently, I don't know why it thinks I'm in New York. I'm in Pennsylvania right now, but anyway, so you can see the results are very different. So guys, it makes sense when you're doing testing like this and trying to figure out how things are performing to use something like Bright Local SERP checker to geolocate the browser. There's other apps that do it. This is just the one I use because I typically use Bright Local for reporting. Anyway, so coming back to the question, he says, so you don't optimize for arborists because you optimize for tree maintenance. Let's get back to the question. So you don't optimize for other related keywords, arborist, for example. Since you optimized for tree maintenance, you don't have to optimize for arborist. Well, let's go take a look at it. Let's just put in the Shively term right here. Okay. Okay, guys, look at these rankings here. Okay, God damn it. Why is it not doing that? Whatever, just leave it the way it is. All right. So you can see the rankings that I've got. Arborist, Shively, Kentucky, #1. Stump grinding, Shively, #1. Tree removal, Shively, #3. Tree trimming, Shively, #3. Tree care, #2. Tree service, #4. Okay, let's go take a look at the page. How is this page optimized? Tree maintenance. Okay, now look, I don't recommend putting the topic term in the SEO title anymore. This was, as I mentioned before, guys, this was one of the very first tests when I first started testing and developing this site structure method and doing topic and category optimization. That is the top level topic term. The top level category is tree service. That's what I optimize my sites for now in the SEO title. It's tree service, which is the top level Google business category. The top level topic term is tree maintenance, which now I put in the H1. But this was one of the very first sites that I was testing. And this is when I discovered tree maintenance. By the way, you don't have to make the M little anymore. That was when Google first shifted away from a keyword-based algorithm to an entity-based algorithm. That mattered. The capitalization changed how Google treated that term. But now that in my testing, I found it doesn't matter. The Google's algorithm has evolved and it's become better. So now I put tree service in the SEO title and tree maintenance as the H1, which again, when I get to the question from Andrew today, he's talking about how to optimize for a concrete driveway contractor. I'm going to show you guys examples of that. But basically, you want to optimize in the SEO title, either the Google business category or the topic term. Then whichever one you optimize for in the SEO title, you want to use the other one in the H1, which would be either the Google business category or the topic term. So if I'm optimizing for the Google business category in the SEO title, I want to optimize for the topic term in the H1. And then I want to take variants of both the Google business category and the topic term, and I want to sprinkle in variants in H2s and or other H2s or headings, subheadings or H3s, 4s, and 5s. So variants I want to work into other kind of headings, H2s if possible within the page. And I'll demonstrate that in a minute. But take a look at that, guys. I don't have separate pages for all of that. Do you guys understand? Tree Service Shively, it's the Louisville Felling Pro / Shively, Kentucky location page that is ranking for that search query. If we look at, let's collapse that. We're going to look at Tree Care Shively. Again, Louisville Felling Pro Shively page is ranking for that term. Tree Trimming, again, Shively page ranking for that term. It is not ranked. We're not ranking tree trimming Shively page. We don't have that. We have one page for each of those services and one page for Shively. And because we optimize for the top level topic and category terms, which again, if we go take a look at this, we're going to open up this page. We have the top level topic term in the SEO title in this case, and the top level category in the H1. But I don't, like I said, I don't like that because I like when somebody searches for tree service or arborist or something like that, tree maintenance for a consumer, they might not make the connection that tree maintenance is tree service, right? So it looks unfamiliar. It might not be what they're looking for. Does that make sense? And in their mind. So that's why I don't like to use the topic term usually in the SEO title anymore, because I prefer tree service to show up in the search results because that's more like, more familiar to consumers that are needing tree services than tree maintenance is. So this is, again, an early example of when I started testing this. But you can see I've got the top level topic term in there, the top level category here. And then I'm referencing the service pages. These service pages are not optimized for any one location. It just says tree removal, Louisville Felling Pro. So service brand, right? We're not trying to rank service pages. We're trying to rank a location page, but we want to rank one location page for all the search queries, services that location provides or that company provides, right? And so by optimizing for the top level category or topic term, then you can, because look, guys, do you understand? Google has an understanding of our language now. It's in its AI, its large language model, rank brain, machine learning, like all of these are AI components that Google has a much deeper understanding of our language now, especially in English. And so if you Google business categories, there are already search queries associated with Google business categories. Google knows that. So it's not like it was 4 years ago, guys, where we had to hammer Google over the head with keywords in order for it to understand what the page was about. We don't have to do that anymore. If you optimize the document title, which is the page title, you guys understand, Google is a document retrieval algorithm. Its web pages are documents. When you do a search, Google retrieves web pages or documents from its index, and it returns what it thinks is most relevant to the query. So if you optimize a document, a page, so the SEO title, which is the document title, if you optimize for the top level category or topic term, Google already has in its database, its memory bank, all the search queries associated with the Google business category and all the search queries associated with that topic. And so if you optimize for that, and I do, like I said, in tandem, top level category, the SEO title, and the H1 is a top level topic term. Now you're hitting both, you're firing on both cylinders, right? You're hitting both bases. It's a 1-2 punch. So that Google now knows, because of the document title and in the page title, which is the H1, you're hitting the two broadest terms, category term and topic term, that Google already has all the search queries associated with each of those in its database. So it's not necessary to hammer Google over the head with keywords on that page now, because that page is already relevant to every search query that Google has in its database for that topic or that category. Do you understand? And so again, coming back here, guys, I don't even have Arborist listed as a service. And yet, because Arborist is related to these services, and by the way, this has way more content than it needs. This is one of the first sites that I started testing this with, guys. You look at my current site builds, they have literally 300 words of content on the page, and that's it, because they don't need all that content. The location pages don't need all this content, guys. And you can see how it's ranking. Again, it's one page ranking for all those search queries, right? And it's because of this type of optimization. So to answer the question, it's no, we do not need to optimize for Arborist. And I can still rank that page for Arborist and every other search query associated with that industry, because of the topic and category optimization, all those search queries are already related and associated with those topics and categories. So you don't need to explicitly reference it on the page for Google to understand this page is about this and these services are related. So I can serve this page and the search results for this search query because it's related. It satisfies the search query, right? And so that's why, again, guys, like it's worth spending time learning this so that you can optimize with less content, less pages, you need less links, and you'll achieve better results faster for your clients, right? Without all the duplication and redundancy. And all you guys that are out there spending, you know, an hour and a half optimizing a page for whatever the Surfer SEO or Page Optimizer Pro or On Page AI tells you so that you can get 100 optimization score. You guys are wasting your time when it comes to local. I mean it. Because if you get the site's page structure done properly, Google understands what the page is about through the headings and images. You don't need content. And I've proven that, and I've shared examples of that where I've taken other LLG sites where it stripped all the content out other than headings and images, and we still ranked those sites. So it's more about the structure, guys, page structure, site structure, internal linking. And if you get it right, you need far less pages, far less links, far less everything in order to rank. And that, by the way, you'll spend a hell of a lot less time publishing pages because you won't be in the page optimizing tools and trying to get in that negative feedback loop where you're over optimizing because the top ranked competitors are all over optimized. And it tells you got to have this significant entity density and keyword density and all this other kind of crap. No, it's not. You don't need all that. Maybe that stuff is valid in non-local settings, but in local SEO right now, that's not important. That may change, but currently right now, that's not important. You can convey to Google what the page is about through the URL, SEO title, headings and subheadings, and images without even the need of content. And that's not a joke. So what I do is on the service pages now is I'm optimizing the service pages very thoroughly with a lot of rich descriptions about the services and sub-services, right, that are related to that primary service. And then the location pages are really stripped down versions to just who the business is, what they do, who the business is, how to contact them, and the products or services that are provided in that area with just navigational links or elements that take them over to the specific service page, product or service pages that then thoroughly define that product or service. It doesn't need to be repeated on the location page. The location page should be to satisfy the searcher's intent, which is, who is this business? How do I contact them? What services do they offer? And if I want more information about those services, where do I go? So it's just clickable elements from within the content body. That's what these are. These are clickable elements from within the content body that take them to the service page. As I said, this page here has way more content than it needs. This is one of the very first tests. So just to demonstrate that, we'll go back to Zootrix for a minute and I'll show you. Here's a site that, excuse me, let's go back. That's the original site. This one. Here's a site that I took in a very low competition area, but it's to demonstrate what I'm explaining here. If we go take a look at this site, you'll see that this site has basically no content, guys. It's got headings and images, and it's got the H1 of the opening like CTA copy, so call to action copy or whatever, like a sentence or two underneath the H1. So as I was talking about earlier, see how in this case, this is a newer build. This one's, I think I built this one in February. This one I'm optimizing for the top level Google business category, tree service in the SEO title, and then tree maintenance, the topic term is in the H1. I prefer it this way now. This is how I build my sites now. But take a look at this, guys. There's no content on this page other than headings and images and this two sentences underneath the H1. And look at this. You guys see this? There's no content on this page. You see that? No content on this page besides heading and images, navigational elements that are within the content body of the page. Let's go take a look at the results. Guys, this is a site with zero backlinks. Okay, let me just show you, just so you know, I'm not lying to you. Look at this, 0 backlinks. Not a single damn backlink is pointed at this. This is purely on-page SEO. And out of 46 keywords, we have 39 out of 46 in the top 3. All 46 are in the top 5. And what is outranking it, by the way? It's my other site that has a little bit of content that was built. Let's pick this one right here. Tree Trimming Raven, for example. The site that is outranking that is my other site, which is the one that I cloned to do the test without content. So you can see this page is the original site that I had built for this area. and it has content. This is tree service Raven, Virginia. So this one you can see has content. So let's go back to the site that I duplicated, but I installed it onto another domain. This is an LLG high level, an LLG site built in high level. And so if we go into that Raven page and we can compare that to the page we just looked at, this is the page on this Buckanin.Grim Reaper Tree Services site. If we take a look at this, the only content on this page is that opening paragraph with a sentence or two. I think it's 2 sentences. And that same page on my other, the original site that I built, buckanin.felling.pro, you can see the content here, content here. We've got content down here, and then a few FAQs. All that was stripped, and you can see that we're ranking just below that site. And by the way, this site also has one backlink built to it, one for my directory site. The other one, Grim Reaper Tree Services, has no backlinks built to it, and it's ranking just below Buckanin Felling Pro. It's a newer site with no backlinks and no content, and it's ranking just below that. So you guys can see, again, it's about structure more than anything right now. If you get that right, you'll need significantly less content, less pages, less links in order to get results. So that's why I keep teaching this stuff, guys, because I'm trying to provide other kind of tests and case studies to show how this applies in various situations, which is what I've been teaching in the mastermind. Now, let's get to the other question. And then we'll get into the training for Andrew. If we have time, we'll finish the rest of the questions.